Wonderfest's Bay Area Science Expo proudly presents Science Laughs. 4 comedians, 1 hour, and a universe of potential material. What you're about to experience may well be the greatest concentration of science humor ever assembled. Not since Archimedes ran naked through the streets of Athens has there been so much mirth potential. Our comedians have agreed to limit their merriment to 12 minutes, and I get to hold them to it. After 10 minutes, I will give the 2-minute warning, flash the peace sign. After 12 minutes, the hand gesture may change. Our first performer plays all over the Bay Area at clubs, private parties, and corporate events. His quips were quoted more than 30 times by San Francisco Chronicle's late, great Herb Caen, and also very recently in Leah Garchick's Chronicle column. He has written jokes for many comedians, including Jay Leno. You can also catch him in the Science Humor magazine, the Journal of Irreproducible Results. When not on stage, he is principal optical engineer with Abbott Hematology in Santa Clara. Ladies and gentlemen, put your thinking caps on and welcome to the stage Norm Goldblatt.
Thanks so much. Oh, it's so great to be here on Stanford campus. How many people here for the first time on Stanford campus? Yeah? How many people here for the last time on Stanford campus? Anybody? No? Oh, great. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Now I feel more comfortable. Yeah. Do you believe this rain? Unbelievably wet. Before I got in my car, I said a little prayer to Archimedes to float me over here. But yeah, it's very unusual weather. My name is Norm. I came out here from the East Coast. I came out here for a job. My wife came out here for Stanford shopping center. Yeah, she came back from the shopping center. This is great. She said, "This is the most complete, most comprehensive shopping center I've ever seen. In the back, they have their own hospital and university." Oh, man. Yeah, so I used to be a teacher. Do we have any other teachers out here in the audience tonight? Oh, great. Wonderful. Yeah, it took me a few years, but I finally found a profession that paid even less, and here I am performing for you tonight. Sad but true. Yeah, I used to teach. I just want you to all relax tonight, okay? No one is expected to get all these jokes, okay? Just do the best you can in the time we have remaining. And remember, if you come to a joke and you're unsure of the joke, skip over the joke. Go to the next joke. No guessing, because the number of jokes you laugh at that aren't funny is subtracted from the number of jokes you laugh at that are funny. Yeah, I was a teacher. I taught the F word, you know, physics. You guys remember your physics? I bet you do. I'll start it, you finish it, okay? For every action, there is an equal and opposite. Yeah. Excellent. E equals MC. Square. Okay, who said hammer up here? 10 extra points for thinking outside the box, and another 5 for knowing your ancient history. Okay, here's another one. Pi equals 3.14159265358979323846264338338. 3. Unbelievable. All right. I don't mean to say anything, but you know you had a 1 in 10 chance of guessing it right. So tell me, did you just guess it, or do you have no life, is the question. That's great. A little bit each? Oh, that's great. Well, you ready for your first joke? It's a 15-point joke. It's about pi. I don't know whether you read this or not, but pi has been calculated by our mathematicians to 1.24 trillion places. Can you imagine that? You know how they did it? It's very clever. They started from the other end. You guys are great. It's fantastic. You're way above the curve. Yeah, I used to teach. I did a few things I'm not proud of. I was teaching probability, and I made the final exam multiple choice, and then I made all the answers D. That leveled the playing field, I want to tell you. Oh, yeah. Here's another thing I'm not very proud of. I went on a field trip. I took my students, don't do this, okay? I took my impressionable young students to see The Matrix. You don't want to do that. In the first 10 minutes, 15 violations of Newton's laws. I mean, you can't just jump straight up in the air and then start spinning. Conservation of angular momentum, duh. Unless, of course, you just ate a yummy bean burrito. That'll get you going. But otherwise. So I've been a nerd all my life. I think my parents first realized something was terribly wrong when I came downstairs one morning with my pants inside out. And then I went to school like that, and I loved every minute of it. Now, it wasn't a new fashion statement, because I was thinking, the entire universe is inside my pants. Think about that. Except for me. And it got a little lonely out there. Yeah, I had trouble picking up women, too. This was before internet dating and things like that. I had to meet my women the old-fashioned way. I think you know what that is. Science fairs, right? This is way before those, the halcyon days of eHarmony. eHarmony, isn't that the most, have you heard their commercial, eHarmony? This is great. We match people up using 29 dimensions. Bull hockey. According to string theory, it only takes 11 dimensions to describe the entire universe. These must be very complex babes. That's all I got to say. 29 dimensions. Oh, man. How many people shop at Fry's? Got any Fry's shoppers out here? Yeah? Yeah? The geek mecca, right? Going on a Hajj to Fry's tomorrow, I think. I go up here on the Al Camino. Anybody shop at Fry's because of the knowledgeable, friendly... What? I was going to say customers. You stay away from the salesmen. They'll suck any information you had when you walked into the store right out of it. I don't think they have gray matter. I think they have gray antimatter, actually. However, though, I'll tell you, half an hour with a good Fry's customer is equivalent to an associate's degree from DeVry. So don't sell it short is what I'm saying. What did I buy there lately? Oh, yeah, you know what I bought? I bought a universal remote control, and it was so powerful that when I hit rewind, the universe started to contract. That was embarrassing. I had to personally apologize to Stephen Hawking. It was a big problem. Here's another one. I bought a digital clock. You know what I don't like about digital clocks? You can only set them forward, right? So, for instance, if it's 11 o'clock and it already says 12, you can't go back to 11. You got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way around. Well, this was a date clock and it had a year on it and it already said 2009. So I had to go 2010, 2011, 2000. I finally got around to 2008, but it took forever. Thank you. I love that joke, and I love you for loving that joke. Thanks very much. Oh, man. So, yeah, Fry's is speaking of space and infinity, I was just reading something very interesting the other day, that NASA launched a rocket a few years ago, and it just hit a comet. Do you remember this? This comet is only a quarter mile wide. Now, a quarter mile sounds like a big target, right? But let's put it in perspective. This is 166 million miles away. Okay, so if you got a quarter mile, 166 million miles, that's like shooting at a piece of paper and hitting it edgewise from 6 miles. Isn't that incredible? That's like aiming at a grapefruit sitting on top of the Seattle Space Needle from San Diego. I'm not making this up. I did the calculations. This is like aiming at Paris Hilton's brain from a distance of, wait a minute, I've got it here, 2 feet. Got to feel sorry for a guy that writes his jokes using Excel, ladies and gentlemen. Sad but true, sad but true. Well, speaking of Excel, we have the retirement of Bill Gates. You think that's a good thing or bad thing? I don't know. All I know is he better fix Vista. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, that operating system has so many bugs. I have it on my laptop. I don't even put my laptop on my lap. That's how bad it is. I've been working on a few things. Okay, now here's one of my ideas. I'm working on an auto emoticon insertion algorithm. Got that? Don't you think that's a good idea? It looks back at your sentence and it inserts the correct emoticon. As an example, I'll give you an example. Suppose you type "good work." It automatically inserts the sarcasm emoticon. Suppose you write "I love you." It automatically inserts the "but not in that way" emoticon. Or depending on the context, it might insert the "when I say I love you, I mean I love the class of people to which you belong, but not necessarily you specifically" emoticon. Here's one I'm working on, and I think it's great. It's called velocity-sensitive fonts. See if you don't like this. What happens is the harder you hit the keys, the bigger the font. That's a good idea, don't you think? You know what else I can't do? I got a little ADD. Any other ADD people out here? I mean, we live 10 lives for every one of yours. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have. What happens is you don't have any patience at all. I can't make the bed. I can't make the bed. I don't understand how to make. My wife bought these sheets. They're not just regular sheets, ladies and gentlemen. They're fitted sheets. Does anybody know what a fitted sheet is? This is a sheet that's got an inside and an outside. You can put this on your bed 16 different ways, and only one of them is right. And if you make a mistake with this bad boy, you can end up sleeping all night on a Mobius strip. Do you know how comfortable it is? How uncomfortable to sleep in non-Euclidean space? At least your dreams make sense. That's all I got. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for thinking. My name is Norm. Good afternoon.
Man, these science comedians are exact. I think you had it down to the 5 seconds. All right.